Hey folks, I'm Davidspates.
Spates.
And today I just want to share a little something with you all. Is this a parenting tip or advice or
parenting story,
information? But apply it to whatever in your life. If you have kids, or if you're going to have kids, just realize they just say some crazy shit. They really do. So anyway, I'm trying to think of how this whole thing even. See, I don't, when I'm talking to her, normally I don't laugh about it. When we talked about making this video, I did not laugh, but when I'm talking about it and I'm looking at her, my wife makes me laugh. Anyway.
That look funny.
Did I say that? Did I say that? All right. So, you know, we have a...
Do I look that funny to y'all? Tell me, for real?
I'm sorry, baby. This is so crazy. All right, I got tears already. Okay, so we have a little boy. His name is Donovan. He's 7 years old. What is wrong with me? He's 7 years old. And he's always been girl crazy. Like from day one, he loves women. And we're going to have to watch that. We're definitely going to have to watch that. And kids these days, they learn about stuff a lot earlier, you know. And we knew this coming into it. That, you know, whenever we always wanted him to feel like he could ask us anything or talk about anything to us. And we'll give him the best answer that we can give him. So all this stuff kind of came about on the news. There was like a teacher who went to jail for sleeping with her students. They were like 14 and 15 or whatever. And you know, obviously the parents were upset. And then I'm telling my wife, you know, when I was younger, shoot, I prayed some of my teachers would try to take advantage of me. I had some violence. You know, that was then. But now as an adult, and I have a child, I wouldn't want a teacher, you know, having sex with my child, you know. But boys, you know, they have their little fantasy worlds. And is that the same thing with girls? Do y'all fantasize about some of your teachers? I'm talking like elementary, like sixth, 7th, even 8th, 9th, okay. from 6 to high school. And you would let the teacher give you the business if.
About all the business. I would have kissed them, but that's about it.
Well, see, the boys, we wanted the business. If we had a fine teacher, we wanted the business.
No, I would have thought that was kind of gross.
But, well, anyway, so, I mean, so I understand when these kids do these things, you know, usually they're teenagers or whatever, boys, but obviously it's up to the teacher, you know, who is the adult, to not do things like that. So, you know, yes, it's the teacher's fault. But I'm sure a lot of the boys, you know, they obviously wanted that to happen because they did it. I mean, a lot of them. I mean, I'm not talking about where the teacher just, you know, just takes the kid and bam, bam. That's wrong. I'm talking about where it was consensual. You know, that's what the fudge was I talking about? Oh, anyway, so that came up, and then there's a couple of things about our son. For whatever reason, if you heard it on the news, walking through the room, whatever, or at school, it was talked about with his friends, who knows? But there were a couple of key questions that brought about the story we're about to tell you. And, you know, obviously we've had, you know, certain talks with him. He's asked us about sex. What is sex? And, you know, this and that. And he's heard the word rape on TV before. And, you know, you have to explain that to a 7-year-old. So, you know, you have to do these things at an early age nowadays. And, you know, talk to him about protection. Even though he doesn't quite fully understand, still.
Oh, he understands. He understands quite well. Okay. I talked to him about a condom, and he said, why do I need to use a condom, and what is a condom? So I told him, I said, you know, it's kind of like a rubber glove. You're going to put it on your penis when you get older, when you're grown up, and you get ready to have sex. So when I told him that, he goes,
They're married.
Okay.
Because my son ain't having sex till he's married.
Right. Okay. So then Then he asked me, after I told him what a condom was and how you're supposed to use it, he says, well, how's my baby juice supposed to get out if I have a condom on? So that's why I think he understands very well.
Yeah, if he's worried about his baby juice, yeah. I would suppose he does know. I suppose he does know.
So I told him that's the point. You don't want to mix fluids when you're an adult, and you want to keep from getting diseases which could really harm you and cause you to die or cause you to be so sick for the rest of your life that you'll never be able to function normally again.
Right. That was the main thing. We're telling them, hey, you have to be careful and strap up you know, because of diseases. There are many, many diseases, and you don't want to catch a disease. And I probably said something to the effect that you catch a disease, your pee will fall off. I probably said something like that.
Oh yeah,
you know, but you know, you gotta you know, instill it in them.
Well, it could fall off.
Right, it could. I would not know about anything like that. Do you know somebody whose penis fell off?
No, but I think like infection. Sometimes you gotta cut off.
You know what? Let's not even talk about no more penises falling off. That's so anyway. You got the whole main story, or you know, you got the main picture of what our son knows. And now, mind you, like I said, he loves the women. So anyway, what happened was, and then to add to it, a neighbor came over, and their daughter is, how old is she?
13.
13, you know. But to our son, that's woman.
That's a woman.
You know.
Ooh, she is a woman.
So you know, to him was like, I think I need a new babysitter. You know. So fast forward to this story, which I was not present for, but my wife told me about it when she got home.
Okay, so my son and I were driving down the street, and after he's getting all this information, he's processing it as a child does and putting it into a child's storyline. And he just out the blue says, "Mommy, I want to tell you a story." So I'm like, okay, let's hear it. We're driving down the street, and he says, well, there was a boy and a girl, and they were walking, and it was like Hansel and Gretel, and they came upon this house that was covered with candy. There was an old witch that lived inside, but she wasn't so old and she wasn't so wicked. She was really pretty. And she took the two little kids inside and she molested them. Well, the molestation wasn't that bad, but when the disease kicked in, when he said that, I had to stop him because
the molestation wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. It's when the disease kicked in. That's that's the only time there was a real problem. He could handle being molested by the pretty witch, but
the pretty woman witch.
The pretty,
I think he got your genes.
That's so sad. That is so damn true. That is
Looking for
so
the teacher.
damn true. That is his teacher. Damn, we're gonna have to watch this boy.
Lord have mercy.
But when the disease kicked in, that's what the problem was.
But that lets you know that kids listen to you. So if you have a kid, definitely you need to teach them early, because I have some friends that told me that they regretted not teaching their kids at a really early age about sex and preventing pregnancy and telling when someone's molested you or touched you inappropriately. So you gotta talk to kids early. They're listening and they're processing it.
Yeah. And also, even after you talk to your kids, you still need to watch them motherfuckers apparently when they're in school and they have a pretty teacher, or if they're walking to the forest where there's a pretty witch. So yeah, that's all we have to say. I'm David Spates.
Rain is Spates.
Now get that camera on my face, sucker. When you think of love, do your heart beat round and round? Ha-hee! When you think of love, do your feet jump off the ground? davidspates.com. Hey!